Yo, it's your boy Marita boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. As y'all know, we got Triple Threat Friday popping off in about an hour. But I ain't have shit to do with Friday. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do a little live. I want to do a little live with my people, man. It's been a couple days since I've been live, and I just been chilling. I ain't been making no noise. I just been chilling. But at the same time, though, I have been keeping my ear to these YouTube streets, and I noticed some interesting trial came up about a cult leader named Nature Boy. And shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to my subscribers. You know who you are. And y'all sent this one to me, and y'all was like, "Hey, Marita, you gonna cover the Nature Boy trial?" And I was like, "I ain't heard nothing about him. I don't know nothing about him." So they sent me a couple of links, and once they sent me that, I got interested. I was like, "Tell me more." And I went and I started digging and doing some research on old Nature Boy. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. Listen, boy, I tend to like to do content on things that's interest me, that's interesting. And this is definitely interesting. You know what I mean? This is definitely interesting. And one thing that was significant about this case of Nature Boy and his code, I think it's called the carbon something code. You see some called some other stuff. But what's interesting about it is he's on trial now, of course, for the normal stuff that we see cult leaders eventually get arrested for, which is the R word and things of that nature. But what's real interesting about this particular case is they put everything on social media. They put everything on social media, so it's a lot of content. It's a lot of videos that shows the life that they were living while this was going on. You know what I'm saying? And some of the videos are disturbing, so trigger warning. And it's crazy, dog. Like it was just mind blowing. Shout out to Boredom Clicks, hey boo. It was just mind blowing to me as to um how people find themselves susceptible to this type of abuse and this type of manipulation, and it happens all the time. It happens every day. You know what I'm saying? And for me on the outside looking in, I could tell it was an obvious, in my opinion, it was an obvious scam, manipulation. Like I could tell that. But for the people that was in it, they didn't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's very interesting to me as to, when you look at these people, these are people that graduated college. These are people that are educated, some of them. Some of them, may have had humble beginnings or troubled past, but some of these people ain't all crazy. We just like to shun these people off as though they're crazy, but all of these people ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? But they still find themselves susceptible to this type of manipulation by someone who's obviously full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting to me. But I'm gonna play a little bit. Shout out to Nora Jasmine. I don't know what this is, but she got 146,000 subscribers, and she did a great job of summarizing the situation with Nature Boy. I'm gonna play a little bit, then y'all know me. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna do my little summary on the little parts or whatever. But for the most part, this dude definitely, in my opinion, is a con artist. He's on trial now for alleged crimes that he committed while he was running this cult. The contradictions are endless. You know what I'm saying? You could see that this guy got more power hungry as this thing evolved, and I mean, it was pretty much like a textbook script of some of the people that we know were real cult leaders. You know what I'm saying? And this shit crazy. But I'm gonna play a little bit of it. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna do a little summary on the shit. And this just a little warm up before Triple Threat Friday. Hit that like button on the way in. Shout out to Nay, said it. Hey, Nay.
Ending of the cycle and the coming of the Christ. I am the black man. I am God. I love myself.
I love myself too.
I love myself, man.
I love myself too.
What I'm doing is beyond Martin Luther King. It's beyond Malcolm X. It's beyond. What I'm doing is beyond all of that.
New disturbing video of Eligio Bishop and cult members. Eligio Bishop, also known as Nature Boy.
He calls himself Bishop, Nature Boy, Christ.
Guess what? We have a God. We have our Savior.
Yes.
And his name is Nature Boy. Yes.
They say they got a God. They got a Savior. And his name is Nature Boy. We know what Nature Boy doing in there. Woo! Same thing Rick Flair was in there doing. Yeah, Nature Boy. Nature Boy, motherfucker, right?
DeKalb police arrested Bishop in mid-April after a woman told them she had left a sex cult.
I watched him whip a girl with a leather belt multiple times for 15 minutes straight.
He was extorting money from a young person.
Bishop lived off of other members' PPP loans and life savings.
This is why I decided to leave Melanation.
Brainwashed his ass.
I don't like how the women are being treated.
Tell him who Baba G is. God. Tell him.
Baba G is God.
Oh, somebody feel sorry for Tanisha. He's kind of mad that
He got the girls calling him God. Baba G is God. We have our God. Tweet, 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 tweet. Lady say she escaped from a sex cult. This shit go, you know, this shit finna be all bad. And they talk that shit about R. Kelly. Now I understand what R. Kelly was trying to do. He was trying to make him a new time out a garden of Eden here on earth. Same thing like this nigga, but this nigga, he get wild with it though.
he's mad. Joey's mad. It's because we're black. I'm just letting you know that right now.
It ain't because of your color, it's because of your nasty attitude and your crazy eyes.
We in the valley of the shadow of death, and we will fear no evil. But listen, we will be humble. Sure. Oh, that's your live right now? That's my live. Yeah.
What's up, Ed?
Your soul. Will be thrown into the abyss.
You talking to me, Baba G? I ain't did shit. I'm just telling you. I ain't
This
did
video
nothing.
is sponsored by Felix Gray. Felix Gray are the
Hey, look, check this out. This dude got a hell of a backstory. He was a male stripper. He did gay porn. You know what I'm saying? And then he just developed into God, Baba G, the sex cult leader. Not only that, he got motherfuckers to follow him doing this shit though. His ass on trial now. They a motherfucking ass on trial now. God damn it, let's see if you can motherfucking get him out of this shit. Baba G with that motherfucking bullshit. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. This man has started abusing the women. Like, they got video of it. He recorded the whole shit. He recorded him saying all type of crazy shit by abusing. They got him abusing. Like, I mean, like, they got the women abused. Man, this shit crazy. It was all televised, y'all.
Hi. Today I want to talk about Eligio Bishop.
Eligio Bishop.
AKA Nature Boy, aka Baba G, aka the God or Three God. Yes, he claims to be God, and his followers claim
That nigga ain't no
so
motherfucking
too.
God.
He recently got arrested. Nature Boy is in jail right now, and he's charged with R-word and false imprisonment and other things. But there are people who say that there are more crimes that he committed that he's not been charged for. They say he's responsible for someone's death. They also say he's done some really gross things with kids. So the whole thing started on April 13th, 2022 in DeKalb.
Hey, baby mama, let me tell you something. I know me and your relationship ain't work, but if I ever find out that you run around with Baba G or a nigga who claim they Baba G, let's let you know it's gonna be motherfucking World War III. And Marita Boy is gonna be the motherfucker who motherfucking started. Baba G and all that shit. Cause I'm just saying, I see a lot of, he had a lot of women that was cool with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And they educated. Some of them educated. Some of them got sense. Like, and you would wonder, like, how would these people be susceptible to this? But I think a lot of this starts from trauma as children. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, abuse. You know what I'm saying? I think one lady was a member. She was in foster care, and her foster parents abused her. Then, you know, as she got out of that or grew up out of that foster care, she ended up in this situation. And I think that's has a lot to do with it too. When people are abused or children are abused, you know what I'm saying, when they grow up, they have these scars of this childhood trauma, and it tends to lead them down paths to where they be in these type of toxic relationships with a lot of people. You know, they become toxic themselves sometimes, you know what I'm saying, because of over the years of abuse, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. They got a special kind of help for these type of people, you know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this now. Hey, boy, you got some nice tenderonies up in there, boy. I'm just saying, though, boy, what they say, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts or something like that. So when somebody got that type of control or power over other people, I found very few men that won't take advantage of that. Very, very few people that won't take advantage of that.
Near Georgia, when cops raided a home that Nature Boy and his followers were renting. They arrested Nature Boy and took some of his followers in for questioning. Turns out they were investigating Carbon Nation, that's the name of his cult,
Carbon Nation,
for weeks. A former member told cops that she had suffered various forms of abuse from Nature Boy and that she tried to leave before, but he wouldn't let her. And she tried another time. She finally left, and when she did, Nature Boy was pissed. She says that in retaliation for her leaving, he posted videos of her having sex online, which is a crime. It's called revenge porn. And so those were the charges. But as I said, some people think he did more, and there might even be evidence of that, but I'll let you guys decide.
So what happened was, that's right. So one lady left, and when she left, he got upset, of course, because he looked at these people as his possessions. And he posted videos of her having sex. And the reason how he get these videos is because, of course, if I'm the cult leader, typical cult leader, after I manipulate you or brainwash you, my next step is to some type of way exploit you sexually. And that's look like exactly what the ex-gay stripper who participated in gay male porn did to these women, allegedly, because he's on trial for this now. But I'm saying, he would make them have relations together, or they would have them together. So that maybe someone was cool with it. I don't know that part, but I'm saying either way they would have relations together. And of course, it's his job to impregnate all the women because he's God. And when the one lady left, he then allegedly posted the video of these interactions on social media. We all know that's a crime. That's revenge porn. You can't do that, and your ass will go to jail for that type of shit. So if you got a baby mama who pissed you off, or you got a baby daddy that pissed you off, and you got these news, or you got these videos that you and him created when y'all was in a relationship, or her created when y'all were in a relationship, listen, I don't care what you do, don't post that shit on social media, because if you post that shit on social media, you can go to jail for that. So your best bet is just to forget it. You know what I'm saying? Just forget it. I mean, it ain't even player to do that anyway. If somebody send you some videos or something like that, that shit ain't player for you to be posting that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all born. Y'all enjoy that. You know what I mean? But you never supposed to do that. I don't give a fuck what they do. I don't give a fuck what the fallout is. You keep it player. You know what I'm saying? She sent you some news and some videos. You keep that shit. You go to the grave with that shit. He sent you some news and y'all made some videos. You keep that shit. You go to the grave with it. You erase that shit. Who gives a fuck? But at the same time, don't get mad enough to post that shit, because your ass can't go to jail for that shit, and it ain't player.
Cops raided Nature Boy's home. The neighbors came out and started talking to media. They said Carbon Nation is his cult. He's been whooping girls, beating girls, fertilizing girls, getting girls ready for marriage, a female neighbor said, not giving her name. And then another neighbor said he controls them, they do what he says, and like I said, it's turned into abuse. The neighbors have been complaining from what I hear. After Nature Boy's arrest, his followers remained loyal. They supported him, they spoke to media, they denied the allegations.
We went by the home Thursday afternoon, and several people who say they are Bishop's disciples came out and talked with me.
Basically, the police raided us on false allegations.
Followers who were at Bishop's home on Arbor Chase the night of the arrest defended their leader and insisted women are not mistreated here.
He says those criminal accusations are from a disgruntled former member of the Carbon Nation family.
The woman that was here, she gave consent to actually release it for sexual education.
They believe in nature, nudity, and kindness.
Everything that happens sexually happens among adults.
Correct.
Yes. Consenting adults.
Correct. They call him God, literally.
God is a very loving being. He's very caring. He's very holy. This is a revolving door, and you can come in and out as you please. No one is going to hold you against your will.
Women come here, they don't get their way, and they go against the black man.
The black man is God.
The black man is God.
And y'all just locked up the Messiah.
Remember when I did the Mother God cult video, how they were always live streaming and they had a YouTube channel? Well, this is the same thing. They have YouTube channel, they go on Instagram live, they use other platforms to go live on. So there's so much like content of what they did. Nature
Evidence.
Boy's wife, he has like a wife and then he has concubines, I guess you would call them. So his wife and concubines, they went on a live after his arrest and they defended him. They're like, he's God, he's the Messiah.
You cannot box with God. They are simply throwing little pebbles and little stones. We've been fighting and fighting for freedom. For freedom. We have a God. We have our Savior. Yes. And his name is Nature. Yes.
If that was my daughter, at that moment when I seen this video, I would have felt like a fucking failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a father, like, if I fucking saw my fucking daughters on this shit right here, like, brainwashed by some fucking weirdo dude who used to be an ex-gay porn star, also an ex-male stripper, and now my daughters is just swearing that he's God, and they just, I would feel like a fucking failure.
Not to worship, it is three God. He's literally our Messiah. He's literally Jesus in the flesh. People wait till after they gone.
Ooh, modern day Jesus is here.
Yeah.
And you will not shush him up. He is the melanated God. He is the first, he is the melanated God that all people come from.
Exactly.
And you judge us. And you throw stones at us when we trying to bring you truth.
In addition to that,
let me tell you something. I ain't knocking the hustle or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm knocking this fucking hustle. But what I'm saying is, like, a pimp. I never understood it. I would have never made a good pimp. Like, I mean, like, call me soft or whatever the fuck, but I ain't trying to trick a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't run game. You know what I'm saying? I just be honest. You know what I'm saying? About, you know what I'm saying? That way, a bitch know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I see it's a lot of people, they'll trick a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's women that'll trick men, and it's men that'll love to trick women. And they cool with that. They cool with that type of relationship dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, I ain't with all that shit. I ain't trying to make a bitch my slave. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I want a partner. I want, you know what I mean? Somebody that's, you know what I mean, my equal. You feel what I'm saying? To grow old with, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to abuse a bitch, degrade a bitch, beat a bitch, trick a bitch, brainwash a bitch into fucking with me. But that's just me though. I don't know.
Other followers, because he has male and female followers, they called him, probably he called them from jail, and they recorded that call and live streamed it as well.
On the camera? Was the SD card in the camera? The SD, we cleared it like yesterday or two. Like, it was only footage from today.
No, they took the laptop and hard drive.
They took your laptop and hard drive.
But you had these bogus ass charges.
Yeah, them charges bogus.
Them shits ain't bogus.
Nobody, how you gonna rape a prostitute?
But we don't
They were trying to blame you.
So I said no.
One at a time.
They was asking if you need assistance, do you need some help? We have an organization we can help you with. I was like, no, I don't know you people. I don't want to talk to you. Some help. We have options for you.
Yeah.
But I just, first of all, I don't trust everybody.
It's because the people that hate me
Yeah.
are united.
Yeah.
So you have to get people that love me together.
Yeah.
In the call, Nature Boy mentions how he hopes he gets bail.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't. He didn't get bail.
A risk to intimidating the victim. There's also a risk of flight, and also the risk of committing an additional felony. So therefore, bond will be denied.
To understand how we got here, we need to go back to the beginning. Before Nature Boy was Nature Boy, when he was Eligio Bishop. According to an ex-member, her name is Erica Carroll. She said, quote, I know his mother and father died while he was a young age, so he was in foster homes, in and out of foster homes, and a couple did adopt him, and there was some abuse going on in that situation.
So you see, which ain't no motherfucking excuse. I don't give a fuck. But he was in foster care, and they said some abuse went on between him and some of his foster parents. You see how this shit start? That's why I be big on like protecting the kids, safety for the kids, because I know I've seen this and I know how this goes. Like that shit fucked them kids up to the point where the scars and the trauma of the things that they've been through as children could ultimately end their life. They could fall into certain habits and behaviors because of the trauma, and it just spirals them down a path in their life to where they eventually die from drugs or abuse or violence or go to jail for a long time. And it's a lot of this shit starts from childhood trauma, and it's so easy to traumatize a child. You got to be cognizant every day of every little thing that you do, or the environment that you have the children in, or the things that you say. Like, it's very delicate. I'm telling you, it's like a 24-hour thing to be cognizant of. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, trust me. Take it for somebody I got a little baby who's 17 months, and I got grown children. I got a daughter that's 21, son that's 19, finna be 20. I'm saying, so I done did it. I done raised kids, and I got little kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's very, it's something that you have to be aware of all the time.
He had it hard, but we've all had it hard. Everybody had it hard. He's originally from New York, but he ends up in Atlanta, Georgia. And according to him, he said that while he was in Atlanta, he was a stripper, a gay escort, he did gay porn. He says that he was also a model, and he claimed to have worked, I'm not sure in which capacity, on the Monique show, the stand-up comedian Monique. She had a talk show, and he claimed that he worked on that show as well. He also had a criminal record. In 2009, he was charged with forcible entry, and then in 2011 he was charged with theft and aggravated battery, and then he also had some charges for like driving with a suspended license. In 2014 he decided he was going to leave the life of crime behind and he was going to go legit, and so he got his license to be a barber. That license lapsed at around the same time that he started his YouTube channel in December of 2015, and he shows how he's living. And you know, I noticed that he had like the chakra candles, and he was vegan. He was showing the vegan food that he was eating, and soon after, by 2016, Nature Boy was born.
I love my self-reflection. Share the video.
At first he called his group the Ethereans, but then he changed it to Melanation.
They called themselves Melanation. Melanation in the building, we got the whole family there. Melanation gets its name from melanin, the pigment in our bodies that determines our skin color.
Nature Boy told his followers that he was leaving hell, aka the United States, aka Babylon. He was going to leave, did I voice correct? Babylon. He wanted to go off grid. He wanted people to come with him. He'll create a community in nature, hence the name Nature Boy. And he started to get people who wanted to join him. First, he went to Honduras and he would show how we're living in Honduras to get more people to come. He claimed that he was the chosen one. He also told his followers that they were chosen. I think he even has a video of how to tell if you're chosen. The idea was to have this paradise on earth and disconnect from the material world with all of its problems. And so one of the original members of this group is Erica Carroll. She's now an ex-member and she calls it a cult.
I call it a cult now, yes. Yes, I do.
So Erica arrives in Honduras and Nature Boy picks her up, and one of the first things he does is give her a new name, because her name Erica, that's her Babylon name. He gives her a new name, which is BP, stands for Blueprint, because she's one of the first early members of his group. A few months after arriving in Honduras, they drive in a van, they go to Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, this is what Erica said happened. Quote, she says, "We slept outside in tents. We wouldn't live in the house. We would get up, eat fruit, because we had to eat vegan or vegetables, and we would get to work. When I got there, I felt I had a pretty good self-esteem and self-confidence, but after every day being there and told, you're not doing this right, you're so wrong, when I left, I felt like my self-esteem was so low. I had no confidence. We'd have to sit in these long meetings. He'd say we'd be facing our demons while doing that, but basically, he's just projecting onto you what he has going inside of him. It was a lot of verbal and mental abuse." Erica then describes the breaking point when she knew she had to leave. That's when she saw Nature Boy basically hitting one of the women.
He slapped her up and punched her a couple of times, and then he told her to go in the tent and give him oral sex. So that was the breaking point for me.
When certain members would leave,
he give them a second name to strip them of who they used to be, to kind of make them his or the groups. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like when you go to jail and they cut your hair off. It's like to strip your individuality, who you once were. You're that person no more. You're who we build in here. You're who we tell you that you are becoming. Manipulation. I wonder this guy read books. It's crazy that a lot of these people, they just legitimately crazy. Well, I ain't gonna say crazy. They just legitimately think this way. You know what I'm saying? And they actually are born with these skills to be able to be manipulative and people who they can talk people into shit like this. This is a skill, y'all. This is a skill. To be able to do this, it's a fucking skill. It ain't fucking easy.
New members would come. And when the new members came, it was the same process. You would give them a new name, get rid of your Babylon name, and of course, money. He would take their money. He would tell them that money was a distraction from their worship and they shouldn't be connected to the material world, but that he needed the money so that he could, create this safe space for them to worship him, of course.
He was extorting money from a young person.
So I literally gave my money to him.
How much money did you give?
Well, I just gave him my debit card.
Somebody donated me about $300,000. It's all gone now.
And then, of course, on these live streams, he would ask for money, for donations. He would constantly mention his Cash App, and he would say, "Don't hate, donate." He had something against bathrooms. I don't know what it is, but he discouraged bathing and also pooping in toilets. He said that the only place you should poop is on a tree, like at the base of a tree. That's where you should poop.
What's Nature Boy like? Because he's quite the character.
Hold on. So, I'm looking at these women, y'all. Some of these women look nice. I'm talking about beautiful women. Beautiful sisters. Okay, I understand you as the cult leader are manipulating these women for sexual purposes. We done seen this pattern before. But you don't like them to bathe, and you don't allow anyone to use a regular toilet. You want these women to go and have use the bathroom with their backs to a tree, and you don't want them to bathe. You don't bathe, nor you don't want them to bathe. I'm sorry, I can't get jiggy like that. I can't get jiggy with that shit. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I watched the video, I felt like I need to be with them. I was with Melanation within like 2 weeks.
You don't use the toilet?
Well, we really don't like using toilets. The soil belongs to the trees, and I'm in an abusive relationship with the tree if I'm not giving it back.
And also, you don't need soap, just water, like in the natural waters in nature. So, as you can imagine, there were lots of odors going on. You know, Lori Vallow and Shad Daybell, I have like a bunch of videos on them. They would mix like Mormon things with New Age things and like occult things, and it was like a mishmash. This is kind of similar. He would mix like Abrahamic religions with New Age spirituality, yoga, as well as like, what do you call it? Astrology. That would explain this video that I found where he's basically dressed in Middle Eastern garb, and then he's sitting above his followers while he talks about astrology and the ego.
What is the ego?
Good question. The ego. What is the ego? You can tell me what the ego is.
Ego is one sense of self.
One sense of self. Exactly. The ego is our conscious mind, simply. And we have taken something called pride, or what we protect ourselves with, as a protective mechanism.
I'm not an expert, but I'm saying, I'm just trying to rationalize how people would end up in this situation as far as like followers of such individuals. And I'm thinking maybe it's people who life has beaten them down. They went through a series of hardships, and they've been exposed to the heartache and pain of life. And going through that just tore them down to the point to where they feel like they need guidance. And a lot of people turn to religion in these times, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much a normal thing, you know what I'm saying, when you're going through trials and tribulations, to call on your God or to immerse yourself deeper into religion, you know what I'm saying, to try to straighten out the negatives in your life, or try to find some meaning or some peace and understanding as to what you're going through, and give you strength to go through these things. And I can only imagine that that is part of the reason or the way that these people end up in the hands or the clutches of someone like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I would advise, if you're at that point in life, or if you ever been, or if you feel like you getting to that point in life, to try to educate yourself as much as you can on whatever religion or spirituality that you're entering into, so that at least you have a fair knowledge of it, so that when you run into these situations or these type of people, you'll be able to see the BS, you know what I'm saying, and not get yourself immersed in this type of situation, you know what I'm saying. But I do understand how people could get into this. Like, man, let me tell you something, life will beat you down. You know what I'm saying? It will beat you down. You do need a support system, or just a strong sense of self, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, you know what I'm saying? We lose people, we go through bad things, people that we love abuse us or take advantage of us, and it just scars us, you know what I'm saying? And you can get to the point to where you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do, and you're looking for help. And these type of people prey on people in that situation. It's crazy.
For instance, if you're a Leo or you're Aries, you might have a lot of pride. So what they call the ego would be your pride. You see what I'm saying? And we mix up the ego with arrogance. These are characteristics of the conscious mind. But the ego is simply your astrological program. Yes?
He making this shit up as he go. He making this shit up as he go.
It's giving Dubai meets yoga guru meets bullshit. Okay.
Bullshit.
I don't know how people fall for this and the whole persona and what he's wearing.
Bullshit.
Like, okay. But he had followers. That's the part that always gets me, is these people have followers. Like, maybe I should start a cult. It seems lucrative. Remember my video about Mother God? How she would be like, ding, I'm receiving a message from the Galactic Federation. Well, Nature Boy's thing was 333, 333, 333. So then, now the polygamy.
Now I just want to say this. He's looking very fucking zesty while he's saying this shit. What he do, he get his fingers up like this here, and I guess this means 3 to get. That's his little sign. He calls himself the 3 God. But he doing all these zesty moves while he doing it though. So his past is manifested, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, maybe he was a gay stripper, and he participated in gay porn in his, you know what I mean, in his past. So I just think that shit just oozing out his ass.
And he didn't introduce it at first, like he eased them into it. At first, actually, there were couples that he made, like he would match the couples up, and he had a girlfriend or a wife, and other members had their, I think he called them their direct or something like that. And then though, he would like snatch the wife from another male member, almost like a power play. At least that's my interpretation. So at this point, things are going really good for Nature Boy, okay? He has his concubines, he's pooping in trees, he's making money from live streams, he has a YouTube channel. Things are going good for now, until something happened. He got deported from Costa Rica. Turns out they had overstayed their visas. A lot of them had expired passports, expired documents.
Look at this eye. Look at this eye. It's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not gonna be stopped. They can't stop this.
But I'm getting ahead of myself because first I need to explain to you melanation and how, like, what it is and how it changed.
The group believe that living in the sunshine of the tropics can make them superior beings. But this belief seems to be based on a discredited racial theory that the darker a person's skin becomes, the more their intelligence increases.
So if you lack melanin, you are genetically retarded.
His plan was to create a community entirely of what he called melanated people. But as it grew, white people were omitted. Anyone could now be melanated and gain greater enlightenment by getting brown in the sun of Costa Rica.
This is when Kayla Reed enters the scene.
I messaged Nature Boy this exact same day.
People saying it's a cult.
Canada is a cult, like the US is a cult, everyone is a part of a cult.
My friend, and I've let everybody know your name.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Ready.
So what happened was, at first it was supposed to be melanated nation or whatever, and it was only black people that was invited in. But if I had to guess, I would think that he started letting them damn white people in because of money. You feel what I'm saying? We let y'all in because that's more people that we can manipulate and get access to their financial situation and funnel that money into the cult. That's what his ass was doing, in my opinion.
How did you pop up here?
Sun red.
Sun red. Raised here.
wait, isn't Nature Boy a prejudice? Isn't he racist? How does he have white people there? Reflection. This hardware that you are now looking at, this hardware is a mutation hardware from the archetype. You cannot become the archetype or be the archetype without having the archetype software consciousness. Thank you.
He making this shit up as he go. I can look at it and tell.
And this is what changed a lot of things for Nature Boy, because this brought him a lot of negative publicity, because Kayla was, first of all, she was Canadian and she went missing. Like, she joined them, but she didn't tell anyone. So her family thought she was missing. So this whole thing happens where they're looking for her, she's missing, and then they find out she's with Nature Boy in Costa Rica, and people are like, she joined a cult. So then her mom goes out and she's talking to media and she's like, my daughter, she's joined a cult, she's brainwashed. And then the media, like the Canadian media, go to Costa Rica looking for her.
So what's that fucked around and happened is the age-old story, a nigga with a white woman. And what's that motherfucking happened is he done allowed this white girl into the cult. You know what I'm saying? But the white girl ran away, and the white girl got people that love her. She got a family that love her who got a couple dollars. They ain't going for that shit for their daughter to be down there with that black nigga in that motherfucking cult. Hell motherfucking no. They got the government involved, and bitch, it's finna go down on this nigga. Dumbass nigga. Nigga always fucking a white woman.
Finding Nature Boy and doing an interview with him.
We are inside of our own bodies.
Nature Boy.
Each individual holographically. Go ahead.
I want to talk about the girl that we know as Kayla.
I don't know a Kayla.
Sunray.
Oh, Sunray, yes, she is.
Oh, Sunray.
She is beautiful.
I don't know a Kayla.
She is the happiest that, she says she's ever been. We all encourage her to just go live and let people know that you're okay and speak your own mind and tell them what's going on, because she's actually afraid of the people that she ran away from. I made sure that she got in contact with the police station there in Canada. I also make sure that she got in contact with her mother, and I'm a black man. And she's a white girl. She's in a white girl form, and I'm in a black man body. And I also know that it might seem to the world that I'm holding her hostage. So I want to make it clear that, call your people, let them know you okay, because I don't want no problems on this end. That's why I'm doing this interview with you.
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
She can leave if she chose to leave.
Oh, yes.
In response to this, Kayla's mother comes out and she says, quote, I was happy to hear that she was okay, but in the background you could hear Nature Boy more or less telling her what to say. The conversation was very disturbing, she said. He was saying that they were her family, and it was a very disturbing conversation. Kayla is not thinking clearly right now. I think he has her brainwashed, and she is more or less doing whatever he says to do. According to Tammy Reed, Kayla's mom, Kayla has mental health issues, and she feels like that's why she's sucked into this cult.
Not only did you got a rich white girl down here who got rich family members and mothers and fathers who care about her, they got power. Not only that, they said that you got her down there and she got mental issues. Oh, hell motherfucking G. It's going down. That nigga should have been packing this shit up and kicking that white girl ass out. He supposed to have her on the first flight back to Canada. He crazy as hell. Nigga, you got 30 bitches there. You do not need no more problems. But this is the narcissistic personality disorder that it looked like this young man got. Also, his ego done got big. You know what I'm saying? And if you pay attention, he got them in a country where these type of extraditions and stuff ain't just like, you know what I mean? He know what he doing. He took them to a spot where he can have the freedom to do this type of shit.
Thing is though, she's an adult. And so at first it was a missing persons case. When they found out that she was in this cult, but she was willingly with them, she came out, she said, I don't want to be with my family, I want to be here. They really couldn't do anything about it. Eventually though, for whatever reason, Kayla decides to leave, and she does this live stream with Nature Boy where they explain why she's leaving.
So, yeah, I'm going back to Canada mainly because of the safety of us. I don't want anybody getting hurt because I'm here.
So why did you leave in the first place?
We can't own.
Why did you leave? Why don't you tell them why you left in the first place? Did I call you like, hey, come join us, be here with us? Am I controlling and manipulating your mind?
I was gonna leave Canada even before I found nature, so I got put on.
Yeah, he locked up.
I want to leave.
They got his ass in Georgia.
Her family, you know, she's saying that her family just basically put you on medication because you try to leave. Like she tried to go to Hawaii before she got here. Yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know, but I did ask her before she got here, do you have crazy parents? She was like, well, they don't matter. I'll throw my phone away because we had someone here else that was white that got snatched out of here before.
So there's a second white motherfucker he done got in trouble by. Dumbass nigga.
It seems to be.
They ain't give a damn long as they had them niggas down there. And them Latinos.
Be able to join
fuck around, got them white women down there.
If you're white, if you want to join Nature Boy, you're not allowed to join me anymore. What you are allowed to do is do what I did. I'm leading by example. I haven't been the most pleasant personality. I will admit that. I will admit that I've said the truth in a mean way. Like I said it in a firm, authoritative way. And sometimes I get so mad about the evils in the world that when I speak, I could come off so strong. But my heart is pure and my message is pure. And I want to apologize if I offended anybody in any kind of way. And I'm sure Sunray wanted to speak for herself before you get back because they're probably going to try to isolate you.
I want y'all to understand too, this nigga streaming all the time. Like, this shit was big on TikTok and other social media platforms. Like, he had a large following and he was getting a large amount of donations. Also, he was getting taking the members' money as well. So he was making good money, good enough money to where he was able to move the group of them down to Honduras or wherever it was, and they had a nice big crib. Of course, we know things cheaper down there, but I'm saying he was able to sustain this lifestyle for a number of years due to donations, getting the money from the members, and social media platforms. Like, this dude was getting millions of views.
I'm trying to twist your words around and speak for you. And so, don't worry about the comments. Don't read those. This is how we will destroy the planet. Destroy the cancer on the planet.
The reporter starts talking to other ex-members of Nature Boy's group, and they did not have good things to say at all.
If Nature Boy is not done talking or done doing this, then we don't go to sleep. I got in trouble for missing a meeting, and what I was doing was putting him to sleep.
Is it a cult?
It is.
Videos were emerging online of former followers attacking him.
It ain't because of your color, it's because of your nasty attitude and your crazy eyes.
What's your relationship like with Nature Boy?
I don't even talk to him.
Not at all.
So I literally gave my money to him.
How much money did you give?
Well, I just gave him my debit card. He was buying a lot of materialistic objects.
It's about how you use the material thing. It's not about what the material thing means.
But do you really need a ping pong table?
Do you need sportsmanship to foster brotherhood? Yes, that is a utility. It's not just an object.
No, of course, yeah.
We got a call. It was Nature Boy.
It's not behind your back if he's gonna interview you, though, right? It's about the movement. It's not about you anymore. He's kind of mad that.
Of course he's mad. He's always mad.
This is why I decided to leave Melanation.
Brainwashed his ass.
I don't like how the women are being treated.
Ran everybody that was there out.
Around this time, the name of the group changes again. Instead of Melanation, it's now Carbon Nation. He's known as Nature Boy, but also as like 3 God, 333.
333.
As the Messiah, he can heal people. He can heal people. He believes that all illnesses or diseases come from the mind, and that it's all a mindset thing. And he believes that he has the power to heal, and if you just go in the sun, eat your fruits, think positively, you're going to be totally healed. And he's preaching that. Well, remember how I told you some people think he's responsible for his followers' death?
You influenced her to stop taking her medications. You actually influenced her to stop taking her medication. That's why she passed away the way she did.
Well, the person that most people reference is someone called Mama Dia. Now, her real name is Magdalena Sevilla, and she had a heart condition.
I take a medication from my heart, but I don't have that anymore. They grounded, eating the right on the B6 diet, so that has helped.
It was Nature Boy that encouraged her not to take her medication, and so she didn't. She stopped taking her medication, and she died 2 months after she joined the cult.
See, this that bullshit here. So, see, this is where this shit get real dangerous. It was already dangerous from the giddy up, but this shit get real dangerous. So, he actually convinced this woman not to take her heart medication, and she died as a result of that. You see what I'm saying? Part of me want to be like, damn, mama, like, why did you believe him? You know? And then part of me like, damn, bro, like, you push this shit to the point to where you ain't give a damn that it costs somebody their life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't break character for just that. Boy, they got a special place to help motherfuckers like this here. But we gonna end this. We gonna jump over to Triple Threat Friday. Y'all know we got a show with me, Mickey Truth, Music 101 every Friday called Triple Threat Friday that we broadcast here on this channel. Live, Mickey Truth channel, the Queen of Paperwork live, and Music 101, the Breakdown Kings channel live as well. So subscribe to all three of those channels if you haven't. But you can watch Triple Threat Friday simultaneously on all three platforms. When all three platforms are combined, it's over 100,000 subscribers in the building. So I advise you guys to please join the chat. Let us know who you are. Share your opinions. Be respectful. And enjoy the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live, and then I'm going to jump over to the other live that I got scheduled. So you can stay here, and I encourage you guys to pull up as we doing Triple Threat Friday. What I'm going to do with this Nature Boy situation, I'm going to do another live on Nature Boy probably in the morning to finish out the whole story so you guys can be caught up with the backstory of Nature Boy, because he's currently on trial now for crimes that he alleged to have committed while leading this cult. And the story does get way more interesting. It was interesting to me. That's why I brought it to you guys. That's why I decided to cover the Nature Boy trial. So shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to those of you who hit me up and DM me and put me up on Nature Boy, because I didn't know who the fuck he was or what he had going on. But this is very interesting, and the trial will be televised. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna cover it. It's interesting to me. It's something that I want to cover on this channel. Also, we got another show that we do every Saturday night. It's called Nasty Love, and that's when we talk about the taboo relationships in today's society and how they're becoming the norm. I have two beautiful co-hosts, Mo and Ro. Listen, when I tell you these women are beautiful, they're candid, they talk that shit, they definitely stars, they definitely gonna be big in this social media, YouTube, blogger, influencer arena. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on this channel and on Music 101 channel, so that you can catch Nasty Love. We talk about relationships, we talk about 50-50 on the bills, you know what I'm saying? We talk about how should a man buy gifts for his kid for Christmas even though he's paying child support, you know what I'm saying? We talk about why do women sometimes use the kids as weapons against the father, not letting them see the kids in our relationship, all of that type of stuff. We talk about poly relationships, open relationships. We talk about a host of different subjects. You know, we got women and men up there. It's 4 of us, me, Music 101, Mo, and Ro. And we also have special guests sometimes, and we will have a special guest this weekend, so make sure you stay tuned into that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's an interesting show because if you pay attention to it, one of the biggest issues in today's society, especially in the urban community or the minority community, is the relationship between men and women. You know what I'm saying? The families are being broken apart for whatever reason, and it's a lot of hot topics and a lot of discussion that need to be had around that subject. Women feel strongly as a way, and men feel strongly as a way. And I just felt like that it would be a good show to have on these platforms, so that we can show the diversity, but we can also have something for more of you guys. You know what I mean? Some of you guys might not just want to hear about hip hop. Some of you guys might do want to hear about relationships and things of that nature. So we're just trying to give you guys enough different content so that you guys come here, y'all make a home, and y'all stay here, man. But like, share, comment to the video. I appreciate you guys. Share. Make sure y'all tune in to Triple Threat Friday in about 10-15 minutes. Chill.